Alrighty guys, and welcome back. We are here at episode 9 on the beginner guide. So what I was saying in the last video is I'm going to look at making myself a full armor set. Now believe it or not, you can harvest one of two ways. You can use a material like this, an item, to harvest the plant fiber that I'm going to require. I need 100 pieces because I just have to multiply that by 4. Or alternatively, I can use a knife. If I had a bone knife, it'd be much faster than harvesting the way that I'm currently harvesting. Making sure no zombies are aggroing. So something to pay attention is look at the grass as well. I already explained in the early guide the difference between cotton, which is the white plant, the yellow plant, the green plant, and when you should be using both of them. By the way, you can make the red plant and the yellow plant, you can make both of them at level 5 in cooking. So I could technically. So we're just going for 100 plant fiber on the right hand side of the screen. And there it is. With that, we're able to erect a full armor set at level 5. So we're going to go yes on the headpiece, yes on the gloves, yes on the chest, and yes on the feet. Now if you have a look at the difference, it's 3.4. Every 1 grade of armor is 1% damage mitigation. So just wearing that entire armor set is going to really benefit us. I'm going to take this mod out. The mod can go in anything. I'm going to put the mod into my hands. It's fine. Doesn't matter. No difference. If I scrap this, unfortunately, all I get back is plant fiber. And respectfully, I don't need plant fiber, so I'm going to just drop it on the ground. So with that entire armor set on now, we're going to be looking a little bit better. 11, 11, 11.3 and 11.4. If you hit this tab and come along, you can actually see how long you survived, how many zombies you've killed. You can also look at your armor rating, 45.83. So when a zombie hits me for 100 damage, I take 45.83 less, and then things like pain tolerance and health reduction comes into effect afterwards. So now we're going to need a little bit of wood. Okay, I know that 10 all the way over there spawns medical supplies. It also spawns 2 zombies inside. One is almost guaranteed to be a crawler, and one's almost guaranteed to be somebody that's going to run. I also know that there is a sleeping bag over there too. I'm going to head over there and quickly clear that out, only because I need 1 more point in medical supplies in order to make first aid bandages. There's our wood as well. Love to see it. Okay, we got a guy sitting there. We're going to just break that, so that way we can line up our headshot, wait for it to despawn in a second. There we go. He's got a limp, so he's not too much of a threat. 1 headshot. Unfortunately, he doesn't stand, and the girl behind him is a runner. So we're going to obviously deal with the biggest threat first, which is the one running. I missed my hit. That's unfortunate. 2 hits to the head to knock her down. 1 hit to him. Follow up on her. And unfortunately, I pay the price for a little bit of greed. That's okay. Let's come on over. Lost a little bit of HP. Wasn't too bad, especially with the new armor. Got a little bit of food too. We're going to actually eat that. That'll fill me right back up. There's the medical supplies that we were talking about. We were unlucky with our find, but you know what? I will take it. Another first aid bandage. Love it. Going to grab our free wood here. Now remember, the loot will respawn every 5 days. However, items that are on the ground like that will not respawn unless a POI is reset. Unfortunately, this doesn't count as a POI, so this will never respawn within reason. The only way it respawns is if players are not within proximity for quite a long period of time, multiple days in the game. That is a new feature that they did add. So right now, the only thing I have to worry about is getting enough wood to be able to erect the rest of the outpost in wood, and then I'm going to make myself a forge. But I will be looking at the materials required for a forge while we're doing it. So we need a wooden log. Believe it or not, you can just make that on the go. So let's type the word wood log. Simple as that. Notice how I don't have any duct tape. I don't have any glue. So you might think I'm in a bit of trouble. I could do one of 2 things. I know my trader is currently selling duct tape for $40 a pop. The easy way is to walk over there and buy 3 loads of duct tape. Then I can make the item. Alternatively, let's say the trader wasn't selling it. So that puts me in a really awkward situation, yes? So what that means is I need to somehow find myself 3 dirty water. And with that 3 dirty water, I go to a cooking pot on a campfire, and I turn that dirty water into clean water. Now when I have clean water, I grab 3 clean water, and I believe it is 8 bones. Unfortunately, I haven't been collecting bones. That was a mistake on my behalf. I've been dropping all the bones on the ground. So with enough bones in my inventory, I'm able to make myself glue. So if we have a look here, it's 7 bones, not 8. So I need 21 bones in order to make 3 glue, and with 3 glue and 7 cloth fiber, I'm able to make the duct tape. So if ever you're caught in that awkward situation, just remember what I told you then. It'll make a big difference. You see these carcasses in the street? That's bones, baby. You see that over there? That's bones as well. So I'm going to just chop this up. I'm going to chop this up, and I'm going to proceed to chop this up. And this is giving me all the bones. The nitrate and the plastic I'm not going to need for a while, but that is okay. So now we can come back over here, and we can grab the glue, and we can turn what we have now into glue. This is very important to remember. It'll make a very large difference towards your production later on. So let's actually cancel the food for now, because the glue won't take too long to do. The glue is going to take 1 minute. We're going to make 4 glue with what we currently have here. That'll allow us to make 1 extra. After that, we're going to make some grilled meat. Let's keep it going. Grilled meat does give a bonus as well towards your maximum stamina by 10 for a few minutes, which is nice to have. So I'm going to put my leftover stuff in here that I don't need. I'm going to drop this. It's not that important. So this will be coming out momentarily. We only need 3, like I said. We could turn this water into tea. As you can see, red tea is available, and that would be better than drinking just normal water. It's marginally better and affects your stamina regen slightly with a small buff. I personally don't think it is worth doing. Goldenrod cures dysentery at a 20% chance, which is important to keep in mind, because if you save up the moldy sandwiches, you can eat a lot of bad food and then drink it to clear it. However, it will hurt your health. Points in Iron Gut fix that, but I do not recommend putting points into Iron Gut. Now that we have 3 of those, let's make ourselves 3 duct tape, 7 seconds, and with that, we can now make ourselves a forge that will allow me to put it on the ground beside us. It'll take 22 seconds to make, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear the grass from inside my base. And now I'm going to do a mental note of where I want everything to currently be. Nice and simple. Be organized. I have enough room if I wanted a chem bench to be there. I could put a forge right there. I could put a cement mixer in the corner. I have enough room to do everything. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put it right there, actually. Right there. That looks like a perfect spot for a forge. Let's get rid of this. Let's put that there. Let's put the forge down. Why are forges important? With forges, I can actually make metal. I could use my metal here to smelt it down. Unfortunately, forges do need clay. Now, if you look at my inventory, I've kind of used all my clay. So what can you do to get clay? All you're going to need is the grass that I picked up, a few stones and a little bit of wood, and you can make yourself a shovel. As you can see, I put it in here. Let's grab it out, and now I'm going to make myself a shovel. Now, when you light attack, it mathematically works out better than heavy attacking. You'll also notice digging does give experience as well. I'm putting this point into agility again. Now we're at 8. We'll take it to professional athlete. We might not take it to parkour master. We'll have to wait and make up that decision. If you'll notice my stamina regen in the bottom left, we're able to dig here, and our stamina isn't going down too fast, which is good to keep in mind. You can heavy attack. Your stamina goes down a lot quicker, and your character makes a large grunt. It is more efficient to only light attack than heavy attack in the long run. However, I like to heavy attack just because. There's no real reason behind it. We're looking for our coal. I don't want to put all the coal in. That is a lot, and that will generate heat. Remember in the previous video, I showed you guys what a screamer was? The more heat you generate, the more chance a screamer will come. When you're generating a lot of heat, a lot of screamers will come. I'm going to turn that on. Now with that, I'm going to craft 100 nails. You might wonder why. When I want to make a workbench, which is what I need to progress now, these are the materials I'll need. You notice I need more bones, I need more duct tape, I need mechanical parts. The only issue out of all of those is, believe it or not, mechanical parts. Why are mechanical parts an issue? Well, the only way you can get them very efficiently is through having a wrench. And I can't actually craft a wrench at the moment, nor can I afford the wrench from the trader. So I'm in a little bit of an impasse at how to get mechanical parts. But don't worry, in the following videos coming up ahead, I'll show you a general simple way in order to get it. It also depends on where you're looting. If you choose to loot points of interest such as passing gas stations, car dealerships, these are all vehicles. Vehicles require mechanical parts and electrical parts to function. Your probability of finding said material in that location is going to be increased. In one of the previous videos, I mentioned depending on the bio that you're in, the difficulty of the game will increase. You will get bonus skulls on the top right-hand side of the screen. Excuse me. If you choose to live in the forest, there is nothing wrong with that. However, the game will be a lot easier for you in the forest than if you choose to live somewhere else. Different bios have tailored zombies. For example, the burnt forest will have burnt zombies. They are the tailored enemy in there, while the snow has lumberjacks. Lumberjacks are quite difficult to deal with, and you should very well proceed with caution. They're quite hard to take out. They share the same health bar as a biker. The only difference is they don't have body armor. They did recently get buffed as well, so kind of keep that in mind, and not to mention they run at the highest available speed. So these are things to keep in mind. One thing you guys may be wondering is, how do I dig under the forge without the forge breaking? That's a good question. I do it piece by piece. Rather than doing both, I'll only break one tile, just like that. I'll put it underneath. I will now actually fortify that up we're going to turn that straight into cobblestone. This is one of the most important tiles available. Now, you might wonder the same thing about underneath that. I can do the exact same thing because it will be attached to the neighboring... It'll be attached to the neighboring block. I hope. We're about to find out. It should be attached to the neighboring block to the left-hand side and to the right-hand side. It should be attached left and right, so we don't have to worry about this breaking. So yet again, we could do the same thing. Notice I'm making a cobblestone. I don't really want it to break. It's quite important to me. Especially because of all the materials it's going to require to replace. Now, we should have enough in here to make a couple of nails, ladies and gentlemen. We only need 100 nails, so let's craft 100 nails. There it comes, okay? We're going to need some forged iron, ladies and gentlemen. So forged iron is up next. We're going to put more clay in there and melt it down. We are running low on iron, but you notice I have been scrapping a lot of the different things along the way. Unfortunately, I hit the forge. Let's just lower that. Wait, have I already cleared it? That was silly of me. That's okay. That is a screamer, because I've generated enough heat. And here she comes. She will spawn... That was bad of me. She will spawn zombies out of the ground. Where are they? There you go. Here we go. We got one over there. We got one behind me too. Because my game stage is pretty low, looks like she's not spawning scary stuff. Looks like Bachelorette number 2, another screamer, and here comes our customers. You notice I bought pipe bombs earlier? Have a look at what I choose to do. A lot of these guys have lints. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hopscotch. I stuff that up. Let's do it over here instead. Jump up. Going to pop this down in one location like that, repair it, and then go over the head. Turn around. I did it a little bit too fast, but you get the premises. Taking a few too many hits. Another screamer, a third screamer. I'm generating a lot of heat, hence there are so many screamers. And it's a good thing I decided to buy these pipe bombs, right? I can do this, and run around in a circle. I'm taking a lot of hits. I got 3,000 plus experience for that, so I know I cleared them. Unfortunately, I got a bad foot, and I can't run on a bad foot. Nothing I can do about it. What I need to do now is pay attention to the overwhelming amount of zombies that are here. They can stack on each other's head. I'm in a bit of trouble here, to be honest, but that's okay. This is because of how much heat I'm generating, yeah? Just playing it nice and slow, playing it nice and smart. So you notice those pipe bombs I bought really came in handy, right? I can make pipe bombs very soon when I get the workbench up and running. Took more hits than I care to admit, but it's okay. Now I have a bad foot, and I shouldn't be able to run for quite a while now. Got a little bit intense, but it's okay. Falling from a height will also give me a penalty. 3 screamers this early on. It's unlikely. It's unlucky. I need to make some more building blocks. Yep. There it is. I like to have at least 30 in my inventory at all times. I'll craft a couple more. So this means I'm basically on bed rest for the next 9 minutes. In the bottom left-hand side, if I try and run on that foot, the foot will get injured more. When the foot gets injured more, it will break and take even longer to heal. So right now, we're on basically bed rest, which is kind of, it's a perfect time for it to happen. Why? Because right now, what is my job? What is my goal? My goal is to reinforce my current base. So what we're going to do is we're going to walk around the entire base and we're going to try and fortify it. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, I do not have enough wood to do this, and I'm going to need to wander through the woods. Now, if I still had my steroids, which I popped earlier, I would be able to run on my foot how it currently is. Unfortunately, I do not have my steroids anymore. I am looking at my money in my inventory. It looks like I don't have any money in my inventory either, so I'm not going to be able to go inside and buy any more pipe bombs. So I can't just do what I did again. Chances of that happening again, quite low. I'll be dead set honest with you. But you never know. With the forged iron I'm currently building right now, I should have enough clay, but I don't have enough metal. Let's make this cobblestone. Wonderful. Let's keep making more of these. Okay, we need 10 of these. There you go, we got more metal there. We're beautiful. I'm going to make a metal door, because it's going to take quite a long time for zombies to take out. Metal door, cobblestone. We're in a really comfortable spot. Remember, this is not where I plan to live. This is what I call an outpost. It's very important you get a workbench up and running as soon as possible, because that'll give me access to better tier items. Do keep in mind, I can't make really anything on a workbench right now, with the exception... The exception of the thing that I can make on the workbench is pipe bombs, explosives. You notice I've been buying gunpowder from the trader every time I get a chance. I always hold on to gunpowder. Very easy. You need 1 pipe, 2 plant fiber, and 8 gunpowder to make it explosive. You just saw how efficient the explosives were, even though I kind of messed it up a little. Very powerful, especially early game. Pipe bombs are arguably, in my opinion, one of the best items in the game because they do near no structure damage. They used to hit zombies through walls, but they fixed that, thank God. But they are still very efficient and very devastating tools. I don't need to make the roof cobblestone. I could do it for the easy experience because at the end of the day, that's all we're getting right now. We just got another 3,000 experience. However, I'm going to go inside. Now, rather than just erecting a roof and putting a roof on, I need to think, what happens if the zombies come at the front door? How do I get out? I could dig a trench out. Alternatively, the smartest option is have a way out through the roof, which is going to be the back right-hand corner. So I'm going to type the word ladder, and I'm going to craft 2 here, and I'm going to type the word hatch. That's going to allow me to have an escape if I need it. We're going to put a ladder probably facing this wall, if I'm going to be honest. You know what? Let's do one more to make it. Nope, we don't need to make another one of those. We need to make another ladder. We can jump, don't get me wrong. However, I don't really want to jump with my foot how it currently is. And now we have a hatch. When placing this, it's really important to pay attention because it tells you what door or what way the hatch is going to open. I want the hatch to open that way. Now, if I choose to remove this off the top, the hatch will fall. I don't want that, so we need to make sure we reinforce around the hatch. You only have to reinforce one part, but, you know, I'm going to do it all because at the end of the day, it's my roof, and I want my roof reinforced. Okay. We need to go get more wood right now. What else I need to do is I need to come over here, and I need to make some more forged iron. I am out of coal. Let's put some more coal in there. Let's turn that on. We're going to take the forged iron we currently have, and with the forged iron we currently have, we're going to make ourselves an iron door, and we're going to make ourselves an iron hatch. The hatch doesn't matter as much because there's not going to be many things I can get on the roof. However, you see how quickly and efficiently I've been able to do this? We've erected a forge. We can make a workbench. It's day 3 right now. We didn't really have a great start, but we knew where to look and what to do. So it's very important that you pay attention to these things because by the time you can progress like this and put yourself in a really comfortable spot, it'll make a huge difference to how quickly you can get through the early game struggle. Once you're through the early game struggle, it's all uphill. So we need to make a lot more of those, and I need to cut down a bunch more trees. Yet again, I can't run, so we're going to go for a nice slow walk while we cut down these trees. So keeping in mind, guys, this is just a basic guide of how to start the game. There are easier ways to do things. You could dig a moat around your base. You could put spike traps up around your base if you want to put spikes down. You can even look at making barbed wire. Barbed wire fences are one of the best things you can put on the ground. They remove almost all the zombies' movement speed. So if you put that in a perimeter around your base, they're going to slow down by 90%. Little trick is what you do is you have like a little bit of a ramp, barbed wire at the end. Zombies run at the barbed wire, lose momentum, and then they fall down a hatch with blade traps spinning around to cut them up into pieces. There's a million ways to build your base. There's no right or wrong way. You could put up electrical fence, sentry turrets, but we're in the real primitive ages. It's currently day 3, as you can see, and right now, all I need is probably about 700 wood from cutting down trees. So we're probably going to spend a little bit of time cutting down the trees. Unfortunately, I have 4 minutes and 30 seconds left on my foot, so we are going to just keep cutting down the trees while our foot... Do you see this little tent? This little tent is made out of cloth fragments as well. So just doing that will allow me to harvest a good proportion of the cloth fragments. I can use that to make first aid bandages. I can use it to make light armor. Not the armor that you're currently seeing, but the higher grade armor, like athletic sets. So it's actually quite useful to get your hands on, and it does sell really well when you get a full stack. Much like meat. If you sell 125 meat, it sells for 550 bucks, which is a lot of money early on in the game. So if you're actually able to find game, make sure you take it out when you can. Generally, early game, you won't see too much of it, but that being said, it's always nice to stay precautional of what's important, you know, learning what plants are good. So like example, look to my right-hand side of the screen. Do you see all the dead wood? The dead wood is wood, and that's important to know for your early game. That's how you get wood. If you're sitting here punching a tree, you'll be punching a tree for a while, as opposed to if you choose to hit one of these right here. Walking out here is nice for me as well, because it is giving me time to reflect. No, I'm sorry, I'm just playing. Walking out here is nice because it's giving me time to gather bacon and eggs, or eggs that I can use to make bacon and eggs, which give me a large buff, good healing, and make me quite a bit stronger. Unfortunately, if ever you don't know how many books you've read, it's very simple. I'll show you exactly what to do. I don't know how many books I've read for bacon and eggs. I'm pretty sure it's 9, but I'm not sure. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit the tab key. We're going to hit the skills, the guy that looks like he's graduated. We're going to go all the way to the right-hand side, crafting skills, and we're going to look for food. See how food's at 7? There you go. I thought it was at 9. It's going to tell me that I need food for my next power spike is at 11. There you go. It doesn't actually explain to me bacon and eggs, but that's okay. If I come over here and I type the word bacon, I click on this, it tells me I need food. Food at 10, which is fine. So that's just a good way to have a look about things. Say you want a motorbike, for example, or a motorcycle. Motorcycle, yep, you can craft it here, but to get the other parts, you need 45 in vehicles. It's important to note, at 20, you can make a mini bike, for example. I'm at 7 out of 20. Well, it goes a lot higher. You can craft helicopters, but by the time I get a mini bike, I'll be a lot more productive. I'll probably hopefully get a mini bike up and running just after day 7, maybe day 8. It's a bit of a slow start. I'm taking my time trying to teach the content as well, so keep that in mind. It's going to take me about 8 wood to upgrade my stuff, which is nice. So I'm just thinking, we're roughly at that point where we've got a decent amount of wood here. So let's head back to the trader. Let's head back to base and see if we can case the rest of our base in wood. Now, you don't have to build in front of the trader. Like I said, I like to leave this as an outpost. A little outpost is somewhere you can come and just get access to all the basic fundamentals. I should have built the base a little further back because of the land claim block. Now, remember, zombies can't spawn in within a proximity of the land claim block, okay? If I click on the land claim block, have a look at this giant square around me. This is my territory. No player can build in here unless we're allies. If they destroy the box, they can build in here. So it's kind of you reserving your own territory. Now, I did say before, the roof doesn't need to be cobblestone. Ideally, in a perfect world, your roof is 4 high. Now, you might wonder why. The real question is, you've seen zombies stack on top of each other's heads. It's very rare that you'll see a zombie stack on top of each other's heads to cover 4 tiles high. If that's the case, there's probably like 8 or 9 zombies there. Definitely worth a little bit of explosives. Now, we've got our hatch and we've got our door. We're going to make a metal door. Just like that. Nice and simple. I'm going to come inside, close that behind, close down our hatch, and now we're going to make a metal hatch. Just like that, it's going to take a lot for zombies to get through there. I could put in windows, all kinds of cute things, but remember the whole premises of this. This isn't a base that I plan to live in. This is a small outpost in front of the trader that's going to have a workbench, a forge, everything I need in order to get my character on a go. I got really lucky finding my knife early on in the game. I say lucky, but I spec'd into knives to increase my probability. But at the end of the day, luck does play a part, and I managed to find 2 of them. There's our level up available as well. There is nothing I can do with that level up, unfortunately. You can't see because my webcam's going to be blocking it, unfortunately, as well. But if we go over here towards agility, we have 8 points in agility. We have 3 points in deep cut. For me to unlock professional athlete requires 3 level ups. And then parkour master is another 3 level ups. But that will give me a 300% bonus to the head with a 50% chance to critical hit, which is a 1 tap. Keep that in mind. That's a 50% chance to crit full stop. So if you hit him in the arm or the lower body, it'll blow off the limb. Now, like I said before multiple times, different zombies have resistances to crit, and players can wear armor to resist crit as well. So just remember this kind of thing. If you have a 50% chance and you're hitting a feral, your chance is going to be a lot lower than 50%. So it's something that you should be very mindful of. So this is our little outpost. It didn't take us long. I wanted this finished by 1600. The screamer coming kind of set me back a little bit. My foot's back in good condition. We are ready to rock and roll, ladies and gentlemen. Everything is looking good. Now, basically, I have what I refer to as free time. There's nothing wrong with me actually collecting these seeds here. Okay? I don't plan to live here forever, and if I move into the forest, I might actually need those... sorry, not the forest. Even an area where I don't have access to wood. The desert, for example. The desert doesn't have many trees, so if you go to the desert without a lot of wood, you can skip wood. For example, rather than making wooden blocks, I can go straight and make cobble blocks. If you choose to do that, yes, you have cobblestone straight away, but you miss out on the experience you get for upgrading. 96 experience for every time you upgrade, and I can upgrade that into cobblestone next now too. So that's something that you want to pay attention to. You don't want to be missing out on what could arguably be free experience, right? Alright. And this right here is where I'll put down my workbench or my forge when I'm ready. Not my forge, sorry, my workbench. We're gonna keep crafting metal because at the end of the day, I'm gonna need more metal. I can split that stack to break it across quicker. You notice I'm out of metal supplies here at the moment. That's okay. We're gonna start needing parts here as well. These are going to be very important. I need to be able to make duct tape, so I need to make sure I have enough water in my inventory. I need 5 water, and I need 7 bones per stack of water, which is 35 bones. Really simple once you start learning the numbers. In fact, I already have 1 glue. That's even better. I can make that straight into duct tape. I'm going to take a little bit of stacker here, and we'll just fill up our inventory just a tiny bit. Okay, so tonight, what is our goal? Our goal is to get mechanical parts if we can, so we're going to need to hit bus stops. We're going to need to hit gas stations. Anything that's going to have a chance of giving me a wrench, which can even be a sink, or mechanical parts. It's very important to keep in mind, especially if I'm going to want to be able to do this. I'm going to currently wait here until this says 5, and we're going to want to stack up some bones as well. There's no reason for me to carry all this, look at that. I'll be able to make 20 coffees when the time is right. I don't have enough water on me at the moment, which is fine. We're at 22. I would like to organize my box, but like I said, it is an outpost. I don't plan to live here. I'd rather eat through my... Meat doesn't expire in this game, or food, so you don't have to worry about that, yeah? I'd rather eat through this stuff first. I'm going to take all the lockpicks that I have, because I did mark, if you remember in one of the previous videos, I marked an ATM, and I might try my luck with the ATM later on. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to cut the video here. I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one. Cheers.